Why hello everyone, Spencer here, also known as ScreenSpeak, and in today's video, this is my top 10 movies of 2025 so far list. So without further ado, let's rank. Alrighty everyone, so I am very excited. Welcome to a special premiere. I didn't mention that, but this is a premiere. I like to do that for some of my list. Like I like to premiere my tier list videos, and this is a special one for half of the year list. So I'm here today, sharing with you, premiering for you, my top 10 films of the year 2025 thus far. And there are some great ones. There are some not so great ones. That list, my top 10 worst films of the year, will come out at the end of the year. But I like to go through what I've seen so far and rank for you. There's other people that do this. But share with you my list. This isn't the right list, it's just my list. And if you agree with some of my ranks on here, which movies are in which spots, let me know. If there's something I missed that I tried to include Warfare on here, it didn't end up on the list. And yeah, if there's something that you would have put on here, let me know. Mission Impossible is not on this list, unfortunately. So yeah, just it's like if you have that on your list, I'm kind of jealous. But that said, let's get started. Number 10 here is Friendship. Now this is one that was not on my radar. This is one that I kept seeing ads for it, and I'm like, it seems kind of boring. It's an A24 film, and then I watched it, and I was like, you know what? I get it. And it won me over. I don't know. I'm not going to say that this is going to be in my end of the year list with what other films are coming out later this year. Man, I'm so excited. Oh boy. I mean, there's just like plenty of other films I'm excited about this year. But this one, like it did something. Like it changed me after watching the trailers and then actually watching the movie. That I went, okay, this is going on this list right now. The title name Friendship. I'm a big proprietor, person about friends that like is passionate about having friends and friendship and being with people. And this movie with the dad. Like this suburban dad befriending a guy that just takes risks and everything like that. It's like, it's crazy. And then his wife, like he's struggling with his wife because he can't handle this friendship and like live with his living situation and like the choices he's making. It's things like that really like make you think like, how is my life going? Am I making the right decisions? Am I hanging out with the right people? And this movie kind of shows you like the ins and outs, like the rights and wrongs of that. And I just kind of like that. Like, there's other movies that have shown friendships collapse, animated movies that do this. But this one, like for an A24 film, I really thought it was well done. So with that said, it comes in here at number 10. Number 9 is 28 Years Later. Now, this is a controversial one because I would have rather put Warfare in here, but Warfare to me, there's another film, like, I was trying to include, like, okay, Warfare or Friendship. I put Friendship in here. And then, Warfare was Alex Garland directed. And I loved Civil War, and I thought that movie kicked butt. 28 Years Later is one, like, it's Danny Boyle and Alex Garland. And I really liked this one. I had a good time in it. I just saw Megan 2.0 yesterday. And I had a fun time at that, but like this one I really enjoyed as a horror film. And it works as in the basis of its film. The ending of this film, what it sets up going into the future, I think like for the next one is a little bit but I was okay with it. Lots of people were annoyed with it, like just frankly all out annoyed, and I'm like, guys, what's the problem? It's gonna set up the next one. Like, if the next one is all out goofy and silly and like sucks, then yeah, then I might not like it a whole lot. But this one was fine on the merits of its structure. So The Infected was nice. I already made a review on these. The Infected was nice. The cold open, circling back around, coming full circle at the end was great. So I had a great time with this, and the characters and everything peak, and the music was good as well. Speaking of good music, that comes in at number 9. Speaking of good music, How to Train Your Dragon live action. Come on, it's the best live action there is. Best live action translation there is today, adaptation. I was eating this up. I saw this in IMAX, and Lilo and Stitch is just okay. Actually, my friend Michael was like talking to me about it. He's like, it's just bad, and I'm like, you know, you're kind of not wrong. But like I've seen Lilo and Stitch twice in theaters, and I was like, okay, it's fun enough. At least they take the Hawaiian music in there and the culture, and How to Train Your Dragon. Like, at least it's not what Mulan was. Michael said it was kind of like Mulan, but I'm like, whatever. How to Train Your Dragon hits all the beats. Yes, it's kind of like a copy and paste, but they don't have a couple of scenes in there, which I would have liked to have. The one where he's like, everything we know about you is wrong, or the barmaid part, those two things. But everything else, like the music is what you need in there. Yes, my friend Jonathan I went and saw it with said there should have been some new original stuff by John Powell, but a lot of it's epic to see on screen. The live action translation, the dragons, the cast here is phenomenal, and like I just said, this is the best live action interpretation we've ever gotten from something, and I can't wait to see more of the world in live action format, which we're getting more of it. So if all you whiners and complainers are mad, suck it up, because we're getting more of this. So hell yeah. So that comes in at number 8. Number 7 is Predator, Killer of Killers. Now, to all of you nutskulls out there, I don't know what nutskulls are, numbskulls. I love animation, and this is peak animation. And you're like, well, why don't you have this at number 1 or higher? Well, it's because I like other films on this list here to put above this, but this one kicks butt with its animation. It shows me that the Predator franchise is not dead, and what it really shows me, before 28 years later, they showed the Predator Badlands trailer. It looks dope as F, and I'm like, oh my god. If they make a threequel out of this, you know, because in the Predator Killers for Killers, they have the Prey Girl. I'm like, if they tie this all over, and they gotta remake Alien vs. Predator, which I think is in the works. If they remake that and they do this right, they will have a box office hit. Like, Prey came out on Hulu, but Predator Badlands is in the theater, and I tell you what, however much money that movie makes, can just streamline straight whatever it is. Oh my god, I had the word straight beeline for people to hit the box office for Predator versus Alien ticket, like another one. I would much rather it be like a new one. Don't call it a 3, but just call it a reboot. Like, I don't know, name it something new. But I love Predator versus Predator Killer of Killers. All these, like the anthology story with the timelines, merging them together, and having an all-out epic showdown. And I was having a blast with this, with the gruesome kills, the animation style, sick. So, if you haven't seen this movie, I highly recommend it. One of my friends back at college watched it, and I said, you gotta watch this. He loves Predator and these monsters things. And he watched it, and he loved it. And I said, I know, right? So, you gotta watch this if you enjoy this type of thing, and great animation. So that comes in at number 7. Number 6, Infinity Stones, is Sinners. Stupid joke. Number 7, Horcruxes. You know, the 8 days of Christmas, the 12 days of Christmas. Number 6 is Sinners, and I know a lot of you guys, or I've heard that this is like the best film of the year. I have another one. And this is coming up in number 6. I watched this. I didn't watch this in theaters. I really wanted to. But then I watched this movie, and I was just blown away. Ryan Coogler, who did, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, Creed 2, all these movies, and Fruitvale Station, Sinners is by far, like, his best one. And I love the Black Panther movies. We watched Black Panther, Wakanda Forever before Ironheart came out, and I think it's a good movie. Like, I think it's better than, Guardians 3. Hot take, I know. But I don't think it's his best movie. Like, I think the first Black Panther works better, even though the CGI at the end is okay. But, like, I love Namor, and I love everything about that movie. Mostly everything about that movie, I guess. You know, the Chadwick Boseman's not there, but Sinners here is gorgeous from, like, the jazz. I'm not tired about movie. I'm not tired. I'm not bored. This movie really, with the jazz music elements, and it feels like a period piece for, like, the first hour, and then you get the vampire stuff for, like, 30 minutes, whatever, 40 minutes. And you get to the vampire stuff, and you're like, oh, yeah, this is a vampire movie. The vampires are, in my opinion, are more of a metaphor, symbolic sense to show the evil, the sinfulness. Hashtag, hence the name of the movie, Sinners. So I really dug this movie, and I think it has horror elements, but if you're just looking for a good, entertaining, heartfelt. That is not the right word at all. Like period, like unique film. This is a one for you to check out. So I recommend Sinners. That comes in at number 6. Number 5 might be the most surprising thing for all of you out there. Final Destination of Bloodlines. If Black Phone sucks, I'm going to be the most pissed off person on this planet. But I want that movie to be good and succeed. But the horror surprise of the year for me was Final Destination Bloodlines. Because, my God, I hadn't seen any of these. There have been 5 of them. This is the 6th one. And it got the best reviews. I'm like, I thought the trailers were pretty cool. I'm like, I'll go see that movie. Then I saw the reviews. And I was like, now I'm really seeing this movie. Then I went and saw the movie. And I was like, I was like that. I was like, I'm kind of traumatized. But that was awesome. So I love this. And every time, and then once it got out on digital, I just keep watching the kills over and over again. This movie is like, I'm biased to say like my favorite, like, and then I had to go back and watch all the other movies to see all the kills, and like there's some crazy crap in them. You know what I'm talking about if you've seen them, but like this one, like I'm biased to say like this is my favorite horror movie. Like what? I don't know, but I mean like the music in the like the death scenes like leading up, like it's I love like the, especially the other ones like the little Rube Goldberg moments. There's some, like 4 is not great. It's a stupid 3D movie. So is 5, but 5 is a little bit better than 4, and then this one is just the best. But like, it's nuts. Like I mean, this isn't my favorite horror movie. I love The Black Phone, and there's other ones I love. But I mean, but this one is definitely like the best Final Destination, and such a great horror movie. I mean, I probably would go like in my top 5 horror movies. I don't know. It's just so good. I would have to reevaluate my horror films. But, I mean, I love Terrifier 3 that came out last year, and Smile 2. Those were great as well. But this one, oh my God, it was the best. It was such a great experience in the theater. Because I didn't see Smile 2 or Terrifier 3 in theaters. That would have been a different experience. But this one was amazing. That comes in at number 5. 4 is Thunderbolts. Now, this was such a great experience. Like, I cannot wait for Superman, my most anticipated movie, and a superhero. And then Fantastic Four coming 2 weeks after that. But this film right here, this was the Marvel movie that it underperformed and it didn't succeed as well as it should have. But like, this is the Marvel film that is like way better than any other thing. Like, I don't love this more than Spider-Man No Way Home, but I love this more than Deadpool and Wolverine. And I just literally watched the Deadpool movies, all 3 of them. And you know, I love Deadpool and Wolverine. I think it kicks butt. But Thunderbolts is what the MCU has needed for a while, and Brave New World, Captain America Brave New World was okay. There were some cool action scenes in there, but it wasn't like the like, oh my gosh, yes, the movie. Thunderbolts, to me, was the oh my gosh, yes movie that we've needed, and this is better than Guardians 3, it's better than, now, I have issues with Guardians 3. Like I said, this is better than Deadpool and Wolverine. It's not better than No Way Home, because No Way Home, I'm just a big Spider-Man fan. It does a lot of cool, awesome things in there. But Thunderbolts, you know, they should have just not done Falcon Winter Soldier. After Endgame, they should have done the Captain America, then Thunderbolts. Then see what that. I mean, I guess Thunderbolts is kind of like your Avengers movie, but you should have done like project. You know, if you want to do WandaVision, Loki, then do Thunderbolts like a couple projects later. You don't have to do like your Avenger. Like, why they did Thunderbolts so late into the game now is beyond me, but it's just so effing good, and I love it a lot. So this is what Marvel has needed, and I wish it performed better, but I can't wait for the next two superhero movies, Superman and Fantastic Four, see where they take each genre or each franchise in their own direction. With that said, Thunderbolts comes in at number 4. Number 3 is Ballerina. From the world of John Wick, Ballerina. And that is what this movie is. It's a stupidly long title, so just call it John Wick's Ballerina. Just make it plural, John Wick's Ballerina. I don't know, what's the problem there? I don't see anything wrong with that, guys. Stupid. Who made this film? Warner Brothers? I don't even know. Anyway, regardless, it's a great movie. I mentioned at the beginning of this video that Mission Impossible is not on this list, and this is way better than that. You know, I could go into a whole another video about Mission Impossible, but I'll do that later. I won't make that video, but I've already talked about it. Ballerina, as I said in my review, the music feels like the world of John Wick. If you've seen the Continental show, it's okay, but it doesn't have that. It doesn't have the shtick. It doesn't have the magic of what the world John Wick needs. This has the music for the tone. It has the gritty tone. It has a nice purple opacity to it, or light to it. Just like John Wick 4 had this nice orangeness to it throughout. It's beautiful. It's stunning, and it's action packed. I just was like, I watched this with my parents in the theater, and I went, I want to watch it again. As with every movie, I mean, lots of movies, but kind of like Final Destination. I was like, this movie kicked butt. And like after Mission Impossible, I was like, I'm never watching that film again. I want to rewatch Mission Impossible: Final Reckoning again to see if anything changes. My opinion changes, which I don't think it will. But Ballerina, I was like, I will watch it again so many times. So that's what I think. That Ballerina, from the world of John Wick, Ballerina, comes in at number 3. I have a great voice for that. I need to do like some ads for that. That's great. Number 2, numero dos, is Novacane. Now, this was such a great movie. Like, Ballerina and Novacane are so great in action. And Novacane would have been my number 1 if number 1 hadn't come out yet. But, Novacane is my favorite action film of the year, taking over Ballerina, because this is some great stunt stuff. Just like the Fall Guy that came out last year, this is this year's Fall Guy. Novacane with Jack Quaid, Ray Nicholson, Jacob Batalon, who is Ned in Spider-Man, Tom Holland's John Watts Spider-Man trilogy. Love this cast here. And the girl, whoever the girl is, she was in something. Oh, was she in Prey? No, she wasn't in Prey. But the girl here is just amazing. She's kind of cute, and I love this movie. I rewatched it with my parents on streaming on Paramount Plus, and I was like, and they were like, this is awesome. I was like, it's pretty gruesome, but it's not gruesome like Final Destination horror. It's just gruesome like action. Like, you see blood, you see like bats getting thrown at people, like, because Novacane basically Michael Caine, was it Michael Caine? I think so. He can't feel anything. So if he gets like hot water, like from hot coffee spilled on him, he gets 3rd-degree burns. He can't feel it. So he has a condition where he can't feel pain. And it just makes for a hilarious, exciting, epic action movie that technically I haven't seen before. I mean, it feels like it's never been done. Like yes, action's been done before, but the premise hasn't been done, and it's just so clever. This came out around the time that Love Hurts came out. I think it was in March, and I was like, ooh, Novacane, Love Hurts, and there's some good action out there. And Love Hurts was just okay. It's not anything memorable, but Novacane is really special. So I highly recommend Novacane. That comes in at number 2. Numero uno on my hit list, number 1, is F1. I didn't do that on purpose. I did not make F1 because number 1. It's the best thing this year. Yes, Sinners was great. Yes, Predator was great. Yes, Final Destination was great. Yes, Thunderbolts was amazing. Yes, Ballerina, Novacane. But this was the other film I've seen in IMAX this year. I want to see Avatar, Fire and Ash in IMAX. But oh my gosh, the 2 movies I've seen in IMAX, this one takes the cake for the best movie experience and movie of the year. Seeing the car races, it just flying by. Seeing these characters, there's character growth there. I made a review on this too. There's character growth. There's sometimes it's a little bit cringy, but they don't go all the way. And what they do, it's a little bit generic, but what they do with the car racing, what they do here with Formula One, it's not just trying to be the origin of Formula One, but it's showing us how these characters can grow. Like, you know, Sonny Hayes is a NASCAR driver, and how he's trying to make it in Formula One, which he did years ago, like a decade ago, and now he's back. And there's these two, him and this other guy who work from Formula One. They're both kind of dicks, but then they grow in their characters, and everyone grows in their characters. Javier Bardem, Kerry Condon. This film is, it's not, I'm going to say it's like the best film I've seen like ever in my life. Like Dune is great, Across Spider-Verse, and Everything Ever All at Once. Love those movies. But this one is my favorite film of the year so far. And I hope it's my favorite film. I wish it was my favorite film coming out of the year. I mean, but we got Avatar left. We got some other great movies coming out the rest of the year. Just to say, like I said, Avatar, Fire and Ash. Wicked for Good, I'm interested in. I don't know if it'll make it on the top 10 films at the end of the year. But we got Edgar Wright's Running Man. We got Caught Stealing by Darren Aronofsky. We've got some great things coming. Naked Gun is one that I'm very excited for in August. So let me know what you think. We got on Netflix, we have Knives Out 3, Wake Up Dead Man, and Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. Great things to look forward to all around here. So the rest of the year. So that F1 comes in at number 1. So don't forget to leave a like if you did enjoy this ranking video and the video itself. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, be part of the family. Let me know what your list is down in the comment section below. What's your top 10 movies of the year so far, 2025 so far? I love to see that. Anything similar to my list? Anything different? Did you put Mission Impossible on there? If you did, how dare you? I'm kidding. I don't care. Did you put, I don't care about Mission Impossible. Did you put something on there like Elio? Did you put something on there like Love Hurts? Just curious. Or did you put another A24 film on there? Like Legend of the Ochi was pretty good. Death of a Unicorn I had fun with. You know, like I said, Warfare. You probably put Warfare on there. I don't know. What did you do? I would love to read it down in the below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me where you can on social media. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me. And don't forget to keep calm, watch the screen. Peace out, everyone. Bye.